The sound tore out of him before he even realized he was awake, but the scream didn't echo. It vanished instantly, swallowed by the space around him, leaving only the burn in his throat and the violent pounding of his heart. He wasn't in the corridor anymore. He lay on a hard floor that felt like stone polished by years of use. Cold seeped through his clothes, biting into his skin. Above him, a ceiling stretched far higher than it should have, disappearing into shadow. Thin beams of light leaked through cracks overhead, moving slowly, as if the structure itself was breathing. Rayan pushed himself up, dizzy. The room was circular, perfectly circular. No corners, no shadows to hide in, yet shadows were everywhere, clinging to the walls in thick layers, overlapping, shifting without any clear source. The walls were carved with symbols, thin, repeated marks that looked less like writing and more like tally lines. Thousands of them, tens of thousands. Someone had been counting. Rayan staggered to his feet. The moment he stood upright, the marks on the walls began to move. Not quickly, just enough for him to notice. They slid slightly out of alignment, rearranging themselves into new patterns. As they shifted, whispers filled the room, too many to separate, too soft to understand, all of them layered over one another like breath against glass. "Why am I here?" Rayan demanded. The room answered. The floor vibrated gently, and a voice emerged from everywhere at once. Deep, calm, stripped of emotion. "Because you stayed awake." Ryan's chest tightened. "I didn't choose this." A pause. Then, almost politely, "Choice is recognized after the fact." A seam appeared in the wall across from him. At first, it looked like a crack. Then it widened, stretching upward and downward until it became a door frame, empty, with no door inside it. Beyond the frame was darkness, thick and layered, moving slowly as if currents passed through it. Rayan didn't want to step closer. His feet moved anyway. Each step felt slightly delayed, as if the floor needed permission to let him go. When he reached the doorway, the darkness inside shifted, responding to his presence. From within, a figure emerged. It was human-shaped, almost. Its proportions were wrong, too tall, too narrow. Its limbs bent in places joints shouldn't exist. Its skin was smooth and pale, stretched tight as if it didn't quite fit what was underneath. It stopped a few feet from Rayan. "You've been walking through us," it said. Its mouth didn't move in sync with the words. "What are you?" Rayan demanded. The thing tilted its head. "We are the space between your decisions." The walls pulsed. The tally marks scraped against stone as they rearranged again. "You noticed the doors. You noticed the walls. You noticed the way this place listens." Rayan swallowed. "I want to leave." The figure's expression shifted, not into a smile, not into a frown, but into something that suggested recognition. "Then you must finish remembering." The room darkened. The beams of light above narrowed, focusing on Rayan like a spotlight. The walls dissolved outward, pulling away, stretching into distance. The circular chamber unraveled, transforming into a long, narrow hallway. Another hallway, but this one was different. It was made entirely of doors, floor to ceiling, side to side, thousands of them pressed together so tightly there was barely space to walk. Each door had no handle, no lock, only a narrow slit. From behind every slit came sound, breathing, whispering, soft, repeated knocking. Rayan stepped forward, slowly, carefully. As he passed the doors, whispers grew clearer. Some begged, some warned, some called his name like they'd known him all his life. One voice cut through the rest, clear, calm. "Rayan." He stopped. The door beside him trembled slightly. Against every instinct, he leaned closer. "What do you want?" he whispered. The voice answered immediately. To be remembered. The slit widened. An eye appeared. Human. Terrified. Don't open it, the voice begged, from behind him this time. Rayan spun around. The tall figure stood there again, closer now. You can't save them. You can only join them. The hallway began to narrow, doors pressing inward, compressing the space. The knocking grew frantic. The breathing turned desperate. Rayan backed away, heart racing. What happens if I open one? He asked. The figure's head tilted slightly. You stop being alone. The pressure intensified. The doors creaked. Somewhere far below, something massive shifted, as if the entire structure was adjusting its weight. Rayan reached out. His fingers hovered inches from the nearest slit. The whispers fell silent. The building waited.